Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to make rave sounds on these new machines from Electron. I've had a couple people ask me in the comments. I got free time, so why not? Um, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make a kick. Pretty much with all the sounds I make, I'm like, or drum sounds at least. I'm trying to emulate a 909, which is the rave machine. Um, you can do that really easily with these, and you can then just mess them up. So usually that's how I start, right? I'll make like a 909 kick. I'll do a 4 to the floor beat. I distort the crap out of it, and then I make a synth that kind of matches that. So we'll do that. Uh First step, I would load FM drum here. We're gonna turn whatever this is S depth and this kind of short. Ooh, we need it low. C2 probably is a good spot. There we go, beauty. Kind of want the short. I'm gonna set the trig to a quarter since we're doing 4 to the floor. Overdrive all the way up, always. Usually I have the volume cranked too, and then I adjust it through the track level or the velocity if I really want to crank it, but it doesn't really matter right now. You won't even be able to hear my voice. So we want to make both of these square to kind of distort it. Nice. And then we're gonna have like a short decay on both of these. This just kind of, I find it accentuates the start of the kick. I usually like to have pretty low ratios for both and tuned. Um, Sometimes if I'm trying to make like an up tempo kick or something, which I don't tend to do, I think I did that for like that Rave Grill track in the first set that I made. I could probably show that, but then you'd have like a high ratio because you want that like really harsh noise at the like at the tail of the kick. But we're not going to do that right now. I just kind of want to more like a gabber kind of kick. Okay, that's sounding fine. I am also going to right off the bat throw an equalizer on there and boost the lows. This thing is too wide right now, so I'm gonna loosen her up or tighten it up a bit. There we go. Get a kind of sub in there. Nice. I should also do. I always have the master overdrive set to about. Oh, that is working my voice too. This is nice. This is basically like the same as the Ableton saturator or something. You can just mix into it and just make everything so friggin' loud. It's kind of sweet to have that set off the bat. I mean, also like usually if you have a clean track and you throw it on afterwards, it'll still sound good. But I prefer to mix into it and like have everything set up before I start, just because it's consistent that way. I might change the tune. The more square the actual waves are, the more it's gonna kind of sound like gnarly and distorted. So I usually start with a square. Sometimes I'll edit it after I do the actual like FM kind of modulation, distortion, whatever you want to call it. So I kind of explained this, but what we're doing here is we're just right now, since this is a very short decay, it's just kind of accentuating the start of the kick, which I guess I'll show you what that does. It kind of gives you that like hard style like crunch right at the beginning. Which is nice. Yeah, you can get pretty crazy with that. So we'll take her easy for now. I'm gonna turn up the transient. That's nice. It like has some mids in there. That's good. What I'm looking for right now is I'm trying to have it like you can kinda get it to, like you have the kick sound and then it opens up after, so it's like a wah, 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 that kinda thing, you can get that from these, and I don't really know exactly how I do it, like, my whole process is to just screw around until I find something that sounds good, so I'm gonna do that. Oh, another big one. Everything should pretty much always be mono. We're not making, like, ambient music or using chords, really. This is not the place for that. What this does is it's gonna cut it off each time you hit a new note, which for obvious reasons you want that. It's so you don't have, like, 8 kicks playing at the same time. Yeah, you can hear it's already cleaned it up a bit, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. So what I did there, was I adjusted the timing of the, I'm not sure what you call that, the, like, pitch decay, and, it causes it to, like, as soon as the pitch drops off and evens out, then it kinda, like, rings out a bit more. So it's like, "Poo-wah, poo-wah." Yeah, that's nice. I was messing with these. Should probably just tune it to 0 or else I'm gonna have a hard time tuning the synths to it. Ooh, I don't like that, though. Let's do this. This is a C sharp song now. Hmm. See, that's what I want, but I want it to be a little bit faster, which I think has to do with the pitch. So yeah, there it goes. Yeah, that's perfect. So that's pretty much it for the kick. I mean, can make a quick pattern here. I'll show you kind of what I do for pattern variations and stuff. Da 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 da. Simple. Clean this up. Messing with the chorus can give you some pretty crazy effects. I think it increases the volume a little bit, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, sounds good. And then messing with the wavefold and the modulation here on the second page is also good for variation. That's nice. I want chorus on these two, I think. Oh, shit. Yeah, nice. That's good. And then I'm going to make these more intense. I want this one to be the most intense, so I should kind of chorus, and maybe the wavefold needs to be. Oof, Jesus. And copy this, put it here, and turn down the chorus a bit. Oh God. Okay, I think we found our contender. That's awesome. I'm gonna mess with the filter here because I don't know if you heard, but we just lost pretty much all the low end, so I'm gonna have to boost it a little bit more in a different location or something. I'm gonna add a little bit more variation in the middle there. So. Okay, that should do for the kick. Let's do some of the kind of rave style synths here. It's literally just a swarmer. You crank the detune. You want what are those? Oh my god, what are these waves called? You want 2 of those guys at least. Nice. Maybe pitch it up. Good enough. And the issue here is since everything's running through a ton of overdrive, we got to run this through overdrive too. So. Sounds kind of flat. There's 2 things that I like to do to help that. I go into where's my filters, throw an equalizer on there, boost the absolute highest highs. Need some reverb. Change the pitch of these guys. Okay, it's still sounding flat. So the second thing I like to do, unison, keep it on 2 voices spread. And I think we forgot to set it to mono. We did. That'll save us voices later. And now it'll sound kind of huge. The kick is sounding a little thin. And sometimes, I mean, obviously it's because of that everything's being overdriven. You can sometimes remedy that by like messing with the envelope on this. So like if it since the pitch of the kick is kind of going down like that, if you have an envelope which boosts the pitch through that entire range, right? Like so what we'd do is we'd set this real short because the pitch envelope on the kick is short, and then we boost that pitch for like the start of the kick by turning up the envelope here. It can sometimes make it a little fatter, so let's see if that helps. Yeah, like that, like it's way louder now. That's probably good right there. I don't think we need a ton. It's a little bit less bass than I would like though, so I might end up messing with a wave fold. Like, it was a little fatter with less fold. Yeah, like in there, like that's way more sub. But it's not quite as heavy as it was before, so I will reverse that. Ah, that sounds fine. Um, is that it? I guess we can try to make some kind of like track or something out of this, but I mean that is pretty much the basics of how I make these tracks. I usually add like some kind of breaks in there or something like that, but that will pretty much do it. Oh, I should show you guys this. This is the ultimate kind of like hardcore snare. They just have it in the presets. I don't tend to use presets for anything, but it can be tricky to dial in like a really good snare with the Digitone. I don't know why. Um so the fact that this is on here is pretty sweet. We'll go filter snare. What is it? Levet, I think it is. Yeah, like that's insane. The weird part too is that it's not even it's not made using their drum. It's made using the actual like the original like FM engine. So usually with this thing, I like to make it a bit fatter. So if we were gonna, let's say we want to make like some kind of build up or something, we'll paste the pattern over there. I should do that over here too. Do I have MIDI control on? Program change. There we go. That was off. Okay. Same deal. Decay. Release. So what I just did, I added like in a fill. So there was like the main beat, that kind of thing. I've added fill notes. So what I can do now is kind of make a build up. Easy. Okay. Sounds like crap, but what I do at this point is I would sit around for like probably like 8 hours and just mess with it until it sounds like half decent, and then you got yourself a song.